Good afternoon. My thoughts and insights on Chapter 6, Understanding Your Purpose, from Stevie Kidd's new book, The 1% Mindset, The Stevie Kidd Pathway. I'm in the car. I've just had a meeting in Starbucks, a very enjoyable coffee. Haven't been doing things like that very often. So Stevie talks in Chapter 6 about passion being about vibration and frequency, and purpose being about what you're supposed to be doing. And throughout the chapter he talks about legacy again, but doesn't really go into any particular detail about it because he's saving that for later. And he encourages us to think about what we're doing professionally, but also look at our wheel of life and ask ourselves, are we living with passion and purpose? And he talks about being emotionally free, and people who live with passion and purpose don't need to be told what to do, because they've got the drive, they've got the passion, they've got the purpose, and they go out and they make things happen. And he asked a question: if you knew that a year today that you would die, what would you do? And that's quite an insightful thing to ask, because the things that we would tend to do would be things that we're passionate about and things that would have a purpose for us. So it's a great way of thinking about it. And Stevie talks about passion and purpose being driven by relationships, where you need a connection. So if you've got that unconditional love, that leads to self-discovery, leads on to self-leadership, and it's very important. I know I certainly lost my passion and purpose for a number of years for some personal reasons, and that's certainly been regained over the last 6 years by being with Maria, by having my grandkids now as well. And these are the things that drive me on a daily basis. Stevie talks about daily rituals, and I've discussed mine that I have on a daily basis, and about enjoying your own company and enjoying stillness, and enjoying my own company is something I've done a lot of. I have been a bit of a loner over the years in many things, particularly when I was at school, because most of my peers weren't really into studying, which is why I was the only one that went to university. And things like that have sort of set me up in terms of my passion, my purpose for going forward. And Stevie talks about awakening yourself, and you are where you're meant to be. Values come up again. Purpose and passion creates values. I like that. Things like family, things about like role models. And he talks about we have conflict when we aren't actually living life to our values. And I hadn't really thought about that before until I started working with Stevie, and it's very, very true. Goals come up again, wheel of life, so if you have huge unbelievable goals, you're filled with passion and purpose, anything is possible. And there's various exercises that Stevie encourages us to do as well. He also mentions, think of the number of hours you've got left to live, and think about each one that you're wasting. I said a few months ago, posted on LinkedIn, that I was going to live till I was at least 100, and I intend to. And for me, that's a mindset thing. So I'm just beyond halfway in that respect. So my passion and purpose is to make sure I get there, but enjoying every day. Am I living? Living every day as if you enjoy it, as if it means something. Being the difference, being the example. So the last thing I'll talk about is about surrounding yourself with the right people who excite you, people who fill you with energy, rather than those who deplete your energy and are full of negativity. So I've changed a lot of that in the course of the last couple of years, and changed one of them a few years before that as well, which was certainly good. He gives a couple of exercises as well, and they're very worth doing. So in terms of my three insights for today, because I'm rambling on a bit again, as I'm prone to do. Number one, I'm going to read these so I don't forget them. Number one, passion is about vibration and frequency. Purpose is about what you're supposed to be doing. Number two, people who live with passion and purpose don't need to be told what to do. They just go on and they make things happen. And number three, passion and purpose is driven by relationships, it's driven by connections, driven by unconditional love, and that's very, very, very important in terms of just living life with purpose. So my closing question, and I think I've actually got two questions again for today. In fact, I'll just make it one. I am rambling. So my question that I'll leave you with today is, what were you born to do? I'll see you soon.